Good morning and welcome to the 2022 Farm Progress Show. Gates are just opening. So Farm Progress Show is the biggest outdoor farm show in the world. At least that's what they claim. At this show you'll see all the latest and greatest from all the row crop manufacturers of equipment. So it's a great opportunity to, actually put your hands on a piece of equipment. Normally they have field demos, but I've been told they're canceled this year. So I guess we're not gonna get to see any combines run the day. But we'll wander around, we'll talk to some reps on some equipment, see some familiar faces, have a good time. So it stops here at the AGCO booth first, and this is the new paint scheme for the 2023 Gleaner. So not 22, 23 will be the 100-year anniversary of the Gleaner brand. So they've kind of got a throwback paint scheme, like that's kicking it way back. The letters look pretty old school. It really looks good, looks real good. I don't know how much other old school we got on here, but on to the back. Yeah, I really like the old style lettering.
I mean, that is just necessary.
Really matters when you're the cab of your tractor. Visibility.
That's what makes So whatever it's 100.
So looking around the Massey booth and just the AGCO booth in general, there's a lot of stuff about anniversaries and whatnot. So I'm here with Derek Reeser. So Derek, what's going on here? I see the 175th anniversary. We got the 100th anniversary Gleaner coming down the pipe.
Yeah, a lot of exciting things at Massey Ferguson this year. Certainly, we're celebrating 175 years this year. It's a historic event for Massey, and really the roots about providing that straightforward and dependable tractor to farmers all across the world. So we're really excited to be here and showcase the 175. The other piece that we're really excited to talk through is we've actually built our millionth tractor out of Beauvais, France. So they celebrated that earlier this year. As an 8S customer, actually, purchased that millionth tractor.
Did he know it was the millionth?
He did, yeah.
Okay.
They did a big celebration over there. But it's a really, really great milestone for us. And I think it really is a testament to not only kind of the heritage, which you'll see through some of these antique tractors, but also kind of the direction Massey Ferguson is going in the future, right? So always really focused on making sure the farmer is in the center of everything that we do, and making sure we're providing that straightforward and dependable customer experience, no matter the product, right? From our Gleaner to our hay products, all the way up through the 400 horse tractor behind me.
Okay, well, that should help cement a lot of people in the Massey Ferguson brand sticking around. I know it's one of the questions I get a lot. Is that all going to be absorbed by Fendt? And I mean, just looking around here, there's a lot of Massey Ferguson equipment on the lot. So.
Oh yeah, we're not going anywhere. We're really excited about the future of Massey Ferguson and the continued investment. Really just to continue to provide that straightforward, dependable customer experience, but really also to provide that farmer-focused solution to sustainably feed our world, right? It's such a critical piece that farmers at the center of everything that we do, and I think Massey continues to invest and ensure that our farmers get the right solution.
Okay. Well, I appreciate the time, Derek.
Yeah, thanks for being here, Brian. Appreciate it.
So if you follow our farming videos, we've actually got a new Fendt coming, and that's one of the questions I get is where's our Fendt? So we don't have it on the farm yet. Yeah, we'll be here soon, but we might as well climb up here and take a look at what ours will look like. So this is a Fendt 1050. We ordered a Fendt 1038, but for all intents and purposes, they are the same cab, same frame, probably different cooling package, stuff like that, but very similar. Like this will all be the same. So Dad's got to learn how to run all this stuff because this is going to be the corn planting tractor. That's just cool. Yeah, this is all basically our 1038s that we have now. Challenger 1038s. They are the same cab itself, but different controls. So the armrest is different, the monitors are different. That auxiliary monitor is obviously different. Now this is an option. We did not order that. Our 1038, we will still be running Agleader guidance, so we didn't feel the need to order that other screen. That would be very handy though if you're running like an ISO planter, for example. You'd have your planter screen here, have your GPS and tractor data here. That'd be pretty nice. But enough of this. We'll get to see a lot more of this fall when ours gets here, but let's keep moving. It's pretty cool seeing a 1050 on row crop tires. Usually that you don't see that. This little 4 Series Fendt, this is just an awesome looking little tractor.
Like beans you want. It's not right. How much it stand speed? Ground speed.
So this is the first Case combine I've been in a few years. We demoed an 8250 in 2020, I believe, or 2019. Can't remember now, but cab is basically the same. I was really surprised. They're still running a Pro 700 in the combine. They have that new 1200 monitor. I figured that would be in here by now, but I don't know. Maybe with the new Raven acquisition, that's going to change. I don't know. We're speculating now. We should quit doing that. But I do want to talk to someone from Case about their draper head here, because that is definitely a McDon draper head. So CaseIH used to have a relationship with McDon that seemed to get severed, but it seems like it's back now. So I'd like to get some details. So we'll stop by the Kuhn booth. So we have a Kuhn Accelerator, Kuhn Krause Accelerator. So check out the new version of that tool. Ours is it's new to us. It was actually a brand new unit, but it was a 2018 model, so there's quite a bit of changes in those now. Talking to Peter Googe, and Peter, this is the Accelerator I see, and this tool has been around for a little while now, hasn't it?
Yeah, that's correct. We started with the Excelerator 8000 series back 10 plus years ago.
Okay.
2016, 2017, we went to the 8005 where we introduced some zero maintenance features, resolved a few customer pain points that there were with the 8000, and then at the beginning of 2020 we moved to our 8010 series, which we have here, and this was really a generational shift because we went from gang angle from 1 to 5 degrees of 1 to 8 degrees.
Okay.
And that last 3 degrees gives us what we call our extended tillage range. So 1 to 5 degrees is still that true VT working range which our customers know and love, but that extra 3 degrees to that 8 degree point gives us the ability to just do a little bit more tillage. So where a customer's got an area of the field that they want to level out, where they've got a little bit more weed growth that they want to pull out, using that extended tillage range really comes into its own there.
Okay. On this particular model we're looking at here, so we have a 8005 to 2018.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And like looking at it, like first thing I noticed was the gang angle adjustment was quite a bit, like
Yep.
say 3 degrees, plus it's hydraulic. What are these tines doing here? So I don't believe ours has that.
No, the 8000 and 8005 wouldn't have those.
Okay.
When we went to that 8 degree mark, we start to get a lot more throw of soil off those front blades, and we want to control that flow of soil and residue. We don't want to spread it outside the machine, we want to keep it within the machine. And obviously any VT machine we're trying to limit horizontal material throw.
Yep.
So that's what those tines are doing. They're controlling that flow of soil and residue off the front blades. What they also help with is when you get root balls that you're picking up, the root balls hit those tines and it shatters soil off it. So we can actually get a lot of soil off those root balls.
Gotcha. Okay. And then up on the front here, I see Smart Soil Technology.
Yeah.
On the tongue here. You mind, I guess, sharing with us what that's about?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
So Smart Soil Technology is isobus control of the Accelerator, and the best way for me to show you what it's all about is to give you a quick demonstration.
Okay. Perfect.
With Smart Soil Technology, we bring control of the depth, the gang angle, the wing down pressure, the star wheel down pressure, and the front rear leveling of the machine into the tractor cab, and allow an operator to make all those adjustments using an isobus display. We're AEF certified, so we can work with other AEF certified displays, John Deere, Trimble, Case, AGCO. Here we're using our own isobus, the CCI 800. We also have a 12-inch version called the CCI 1200. But once you're plugged in with Smart Soil Tech, when a person wants to make an adjustment, all they have to do is select the function they want to adjust and then use the plus and minus keys to adjust it. So I'm just shallowing the machine up there to 1.75 inches, and you can see that those blades are now lifting up. Shallow it up a little bit further, and up it comes. I should say that for the show we've calibrated this specially to keep the range of motion above the ground, just so that we don't have to actually dig into the soil on the show stand. But our gang angles here, we can adjust our gang angles at the touch of a button, and the front and rear gang angle can either be adjusted independently, front and rear, or you can lock them together and adjust them simultaneously.
So can you do like a variable rate map for your tillage, or is that
we're not there with the variable rate tillage piece yet.
Okay.
When you see what we're already doing, you can imagine that we've got ideas for that in the future.
Seems like all the architecture's
the
there.
Architecture's there to do it. We have a few task controller things to work out.
Okay.
One of the really cool things, though, is that as well as adjusting everything independently, we have presets. So now it's just like the presets on the radio in your vehicle. You can save all your favorite settings, and then at a touch of a button, move multiple things all together. We've got 4 presets saved in here. You can go up to 8, and you can also activate a preset only mode. So if you've got someone working the machine, the tractor, you don't want to give full control to, then you can activate that preset only mode, and they can only use the presets. They can't make other adjustments.
Okay.
And you can delete or add these presets. So you could leave a person with just 1 or 2 presets and say, right, you're going to use this preset when you're working in the body of the field, you're going to use this preset when you're on your end row, and that's all they have to worry about. So really getting a balance between having the full functionality but still providing limitation if a person has operators they need to do that too.
Okay. Good.
Smart Soil Tech is an option. It's not standard on the machine. I want to be quite clear about that, because not everyone wants all the electronics and all the bells and whistles.
Can you still run this in a non-smart, like if I bought this particular machine with these options, do I still have the ability to run it manually?
If you had a failure of the electronics of the ECU, as long as you've got hydraulics oil running to the block, we can make adjustments manually. It's really a get home feature, or a finish the field, finish the season feature. It's not.
I know, like with COVID, one thing that became very evident was relying on technology can sometimes be a very big pain in the butt. So that's why I was curious if there was a bypass around the machine.
There's always a bypass.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, Peter, I appreciate you giving us a tour of the machine and all the details. It was a pretty interesting piece.
No worries. Thanks, Brian. Good to meet you.
Let anybody in this place, won't they?
Oh, they do.
So I'm here with Eric Hansodia, CEO of AGCO. So I'm baffled that you guys let me interview you. So that's awesome.
Hey, it's my honor, Brian. Glad to be here.
Yeah, well, thank you. I guess one of the questions I had for you, with autonomous tractors becoming more and more prevalent across all manufacturers, how do you see that, I guess, fitting into like a small family operation?
Yeah. Our focus at AGCO is to automate features on the machine more so than making the whole machine autonomous at this point. We don't want to take the operator out yet. For many years, we've had the technology available to create an autonomous vehicle. Anybody who's driven a big machine today, pretty much the machine drives for itself. But the operator's still doing a lot in the cab. They're making adjustments, changing the controls, pulling removing plugs from the operation, transporting from one field to the next. And so those are all the things that we want to automate step by step to make the job easier, make it more optimized, and have the machine do that for them. We look for a 1 to 2 year payback in each one of those. So each farmer is getting value out of that, and that applies to essentially all farmers. As we do more and more and more of those, then the job of the operator becomes less. You can put in a less skilled operator, and one day pull the operator out. We think that's down the road a little bit.
Okay. looking at the automotive industry and seeing how emissions regulations are affecting that industry and some of the things changing and happening right before our eyes.
Yeah.
How do you see that affecting the size and scope of agriculture equipment moving forward?
It's going to come to our market as well. So we're talking about automating the features on the machine. That's a big set of investments that we're making. In parallel to that, we're looking for ways to reduce the carbon emissions out of the machine. We've gone through tier 2, 3, 4, and that kind of thing. But now we're looking at electric tractors. And then we'll bring those to the market in a couple of years. We've got we call it E100 program, 100 kilowatt, 75 horsepower machine. We think that's a really sweet spot for electrification. Then on the high horsepower, we're working on hydrogen fuel cells. And then in between, it'll be a mix of the two. So we expect the whole climate change, environmental issue to hit our market as well. And farmers will be under pressure to say, do your job and have less emissions. So we've got investments in that regard.
Okay. Yeah, I know. I assume like with a piece of heavy equipment under a lot of stress and a lot of load, looking at the automotive industry, it just doesn't seem like that technology is there yet. So do you think that's something that is several years down the road yet, or do you think that's...
No, we're going to come to market with our electronic tractor, fully electric tractor in 2024. So less than 2 years away. We'll probably be talking about it next fall in more detail. We've already released it in terms of awareness. So it's not that far away. We've got the technology. Hydrogen fuel cells are further away. There's more of an electric grid in the main farming markets, not so much for hydrogen refueling. So not only do we have to figure out the technology, but we have to have some catch-up time for the refueling infrastructure to be built.
Okay. All right, well, I appreciate you sitting down with me. This has been great.
Great. Super. Thanks a lot, Brian. Appreciate you.
And I had so many more questions for that guy, but I wanted to respect his time and keep everything short, but that is crazy. Electric tractors, sounds like that's going to be a thing very soon. I know electric machines are already in the heavy equipment world, but it's just so many more questions, But that was awesome. Thank you to AGCO for letting me interview your CEO. That's never thought that would happen. But anyways, moving on. I don't know if it'd be practical, but man, it'd be fun to pull corn with that. So walking around, I bumped into Travis from Freedom Farms. So check out his YouTube channel, and even found Ben from Farm Focus. And we met in the Chevy lot. Perfect.
I mean, that's where all the smart people are anyway.
That's right. That's right.
All the cool guys.
Yeah. Figure we'll swing into the Unverfeth booth and see what's the latest and greatest they got going on here today. I believe I seen a black right-hand auger grain cart over here, so we can check that out. All right, so I bumped into Andy from Unverfeth, and Andy, I see you have a black grain cart and the auger's on the other side. We got a right-hand auger cart.
Yeah, we do. We're debuting the 98 series Brent Avalanche cart at this show, the 2022 Farm Progress Show in Boone, and has a longer auger on it. We offer it in a metallic black color. Still offer it in red and green as well. That
metallic black does shine real nice in the sun there.
When the sun hits it just right, it really has a lot of sparkle in it.
It actually matched my pickup beautifully. I just don't know that I got enough truck.
Yeah, and then the operator has the option to order it as a right hand or left hand unload, just depending on.
So the 98 doesn't necessarily mean that it's always a right hand then?
Nope, okay. Nope. And you could get a 98 series with either a right or left hand. You can order it either way.
Okay.
98 series, just a few of the big things to hit on is the longer auger, so more side reach, more height. Standard 4-way downspout now, so easier to top off the truck without moving.
Okay.
Integrated scoreboard display is optional on the side of the cart, and a few other features like vented end caps and PTO holder and things like that.
Okay. So will this replace the 96, or is the 96 still offered?
Yep, replace the 96 series.
So this will be 1,500 to 2,600 bushel carts then?
Yep, 2,500 bushel down to 1,100 bushel.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. All right, and over here on the side, I see this one has a few different options.
Yep, this cart has our U-Harvest Pro scale system on it, which I believe you are familiar with.
Yep.
And then we also have a new water delivery system here. So have a hose reel with a fire nozzle style handle, and then a 275 gallon tank on the side to help deliver water to those thermal events.
Okay. Yep. Maybe you just need to clean your hands.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Okay. And then equalizer tracks option, or is that standard, or can't get wheels?
Yep. Depending on the size of the cart, on our 2,500 bushel, the equalizer is standard, 50-inch wide equalizer tracks. And then our 2,000 all the way down to our 1,100 bushel, you can get equalizers in 42-inch wide.
Okay.
And then the smaller carts, the 1,100-1,300 bushel, you can get single tires, walking tandems.
Okay. Lots of different configurations.
Lots of different undercarriages. Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, I do like the paint job. It's pretty sharp.
Yeah, it's been getting a lot of attention this week, so that's good.
Perfect. All right. Thanks, Andy.
Yeah, appreciate it.
So walking around the John Deere booth, one of the things I've heard a lot of hype about is the See and Spray technology. So I'm here with Franklin Hypes from John Deere. Franklin, you mind giving us a little bit of info on this See and Spray? I've heard a lot about it.
You bet, Ryan. So this is See and Spray Ultimate. This is our second iteration of See and Spray that we've entered into the market. We launched this product this past March at Commodity Classic. The previous year we introduced See and Spray Select. So See and Spray Select's green on brown technology, identifying green weeds in a brown fallow field, only spraying the weeds. Now we've got in-season green on green technology to identify weeds in corn, soy, and cotton, and only spray the weeds. So we're seeing chemical reductions of up to more than 2/3.
Okay. So if I'm not mistaken, but basically you're just trying to only spray what needs sprayed, not blanketly applying like a contact herbicide, correct?
Correct, yeah. So this sprayer can still do your normal broadcast application, but with the See and Spray technology, you can now reduce your chemical volumes in non-residual herbicide applications.
Okay, so what is it doing? I'm guessing there's something looking ahead. There's got to be a lot of look ahead and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So what is the technology involved in making this possible?
So we've got cameras attached across this boom, 36 cameras, constantly scanning about 2,100 square feet. And then we've also have processors on there. That's got a machine learning algorithm that's using the images, and we've got this large database of images of crops and weeds, so I can correctly identify just the weed and then send a signal down to the nozzle to turn on to spray only where that weed is. So we're seeing at a minimum 3 nozzles turn on at a time, so that we ensure we get that broadcast application label rate on the chemical bottle.
Okay. Where you're not constantly applying, is there anything regulating your pressure? I mean, are you having to maintain a certain ground speed, or how does the pressuring the boom work, I guess, where you're not always applying?
Absolutely. So yes, it is pressure, PSI that you set there in the cab. There's not going to be any pulsing, but you can operate this sprayer in See and Spray mode of speeds of up to 12 miles an hour.
Okay, how far down can you go, I guess, on that?
Yeah, so generally we want the boom to stay really...
No, I mean like on ground speed. Like how low of a ground speed can you go down to?
Oh, you can go, and it can See and Spray anything from half a mile per hour to
that's
12
what I was
miles
getting.
an hour.
Okay, I got you.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
And then the great thing about the boom height control system, it's a new Boom Track Ultimate adjustable height clearance system that's really keeping this boom really low to the ground, so that we ensure that we're having the same hit rate as you would with the broadcast application.
Okay, just less fall time and
absolutely.
Gotcha.
Yep. Yeah,
So,
and then this is all John Deere technology, so it's fully integrated in the cab. You can actually see where it's spraying and not spraying in the cab. While you're in the cab, it's going to tell you how much you're saving, as well as what your weed pressure is.
So basically you're getting like a variable rate map of where you've applied.
That's exactly right. An
Yep.
as applied map, and then a weed pressure map, so that you can see after you're spraying, where did I not see just one weed or 5 weeds, and really concentrate on your chemical program.
So how does that work, like for a residual herbicide? I mean, I'm guessing at that point you're probably just putting it in regular broadcast spray mode, right?
So that's what makes this See and Spray Ultimate machine ultimate. We got a dual product solution system,
so you got an ejector for your contact.
You can simultaneously broadcast a residual while See and spraying a non-residual. So we got 2 passes in one, 2 sprayers in one, with that dual plumbing solution.
Okay, that was going to be my next question. So that works. I guess looking at this from as a producer, especially until we got this kind of squared away on what our needs are going to be. I guess what happens when you mix up a tank for corn herbicide You go out and spray your corn and realize, well, shoot, now we've got half a tank of herbicide that's already mixed. So, I mean, is that just something, you know, it's growing pains getting used to that? Or?
It's certainly a learning curve.
Okay.
What we'd recommend to producers is do a couple passes in that field. You're going to see on the Gen 4 display how much your savings were. You can kind of get a feel for that weed pressure and how much solution was used, so that you can back into, okay, here's what an 80-acre field is in this conditions. Here's what a 100-acre field is in this condition. Generally, our test cooperators say anything from like 4 to 5 times after they've done that, they really get a confident feel for how to tender and fill the tank up.
Okay. Another question I had, is that only on a certain series of John Deere sprayers, or is that on the Heggie, the other series? I mean,
Yep. Yeah, so good question. So it's only available on the 410, 412, and 612 models.
Okay.
Only John Deere sprayers for model year 23. So we are currently evaluating, working towards, you know, how can we get this technology onto a newer Hager, or even retrofit it onto an older model.
Well, I was going to ask if is a retrofit a possibility.
We currently don't have that available. We just have the factory install option.
Okay. And is this a carbon boom or?
Yeah, this is brand new carbon fiber truss style boom. So it's lighter, stronger, and more durable than our previous.
Is that
steel
I mean, is this only available on that boom, or is that just a
The dual product solution system, the new boom and See and Spray technology is a 3-in-1 package.
Okay. So going down through here, these are the cameras that we're using to look ahead to see what we need to spray. Are these just is that a light?
So this is a adjustable boom height sensor.
Okay.
Yep, so that's helping you understand how far off the ground you are compared to your target height. We've equipped this with Boom Track Ultimate, so we're keeping the tip of that boom within a 10-inch window 95% of the time, which is about 25% better than any competition.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate the info, Franklin.
Thanks, Brian. Good to talk with you.
Good talking to you too. So walking around the Farm Progress Show, a different display I had never seen before was SquadBuilt.
SquadBuilt.
Yeah, so this is Grant, I'm going to butcher your last name.
Hilbert. H-I-L-B-E-R-T. Hilbert.
Okay.
Hilbert.
So Grant is why don't you tell them about yourself?
Yeah, so I do a lot. So I'm a first-gen farmer, and then I do YouTube also on my other channel, Grant Hilbert. And then I play Farm Sim on a different channel called The Squad, and then started this company SquadBuilt here 2 years ago, when we finally announced it like 3 months ago or something like that.
Okay.
So yeah, this is building a game called American Farming. So it's a mobile game, and it's centered around American Midwest agriculture. So, you know, you got anhydrous mass, you got farrow to finish, you got cow-calf operations, and then the biggest thing is we want, you know,
this is all mobile based.
This is all mobile, iOS and Android. We want like row crop tires and stuff, and American brands in the game. That's the big thing.
Yeah, that's cool. So, like, I have no understanding of Farm Simulator.
Does Dax play Farm Sim?
No, not really.
Okay.
But so is Farm Simulator, that would be like that's a brand, right? That's not just like a genre of.
So Farm Simulator, yeah, it's a game brand. It's made by Giant Software.
Okay, so you're a direct competitor to them now,
I'm
right?
a direct competitor to them.
Okay.
Yep, we're a direct competitor to them.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and so they're more European focused, whereas we're more American focused on the mobile side. On the mobile side, yeah.
Gotcha. So we eventually going to be a PC version too, or just going to keep it mobile for now?
I can't say. I can't
okay,
say.
I got you. I got you.
So maybe.
I got you.
We'll see. We'll see.
Awesome, man. Well, it's pretty exciting what you're doing. It's really cool to see. Especially, I've been watching your farm channel. I've been seeing you start your farm first gen and everything, and then coming here and seeing this. Like, this is pretty cool, man.
Yeah. One thing about the game is, so this is an Iowa map we got. Hopefully we'll bring more maps, so we can bring Wisconsin and like Ohio to like a map. That's kind of where we want to maybe.
Well,
go.
I get asked a lot, when are you going to put your farm on Farm Sim? I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
I have no idea what they mean.
There's map makers that do it for free, and they'll dedicate hours after work to making these maps. And
Okay.
stuff. So, yeah.
Oh, awesome, man.
Definitely. Appreciate it.
Yeah, it's good talking to you. Hey guys, I want to say thank you for watching this video. Also, I wanted to mention this is a part 1, so tomorrow Friday. There will be another video on the Farm Progress Show. It'll be my day 2 there. It'll be the final video. So don't forget to check that out if you enjoyed this one. There's a lot more other farming content coming. Also, do me a favor and check out the YouTubers that were mentioned in this video. We had Ben, the IowanFarmer, the Cornstars, the Welkers, Ron Schroeder from Arctic Family Farms. He's walking around with me all day that day. Also, Grant Hilbert. Check out his 2 channels, the Squad, and then just Grant Hilbert. And I think that was all that was mentioned in this one. There's a bunch more tomorrow. So check those. Oh, Travis from Freedom Farms. Check his channel out. And yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Don't forget to thumbs up the video if you enjoyed it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And don't forget to subscribe. There's plenty of stuff coming up. Harvest is just around the corner.